A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Hot water sprays from the base. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even... What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne for Revachol, your city. That meant only one thing. Guillaume la Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would run. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily, some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you. You have some understanding of the near history. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous... The blades come squeaking to a halt. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your... Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you mean someone else took you. This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl. The window the morning light hurts your eyes. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is...
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No.
The young woman, officer, could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
No. You're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. First, I have to ask, are you okay?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. I can see that. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let only... Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. Loud. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people oh, yes. Various artists.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about oh, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around a slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're... Yes.
It's impossible to say.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't. A window was smashed. The tape player probably. The song stopped. And there was. I think you screamed that you... I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from...
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years. So you're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. Glad to have been of assistance.
The window stands broken in its frame. There they both are, two-eyed like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear, ain't good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like that. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an good. Thinking about yummy cigarette, and when you're done, plus smoking then gives. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed. A man in his late 20s stands behind a competent work of tech. Looks like the bird was This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender. That period of my life is over. Not everyone. I have 3 cafeterias to manage, 3. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it. No, I'm not the boss.
A comp looks like this is the great Skua.
Look, why don't you go and...
He pretends not to.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomb. As you approach, he now.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon.
Very well, officer. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out? Good. But even if you haven't, have you removed the dead body from the tree? Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree? So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no but first, I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct. I suppose you could be impersonating him.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, you mean you don't have a badge? Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go. I can see you drank last night, and if you need something for your headache, there is a general store near. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
The man with the
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene.
No, I only just got here. It was...
Do you have her...
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here.
What, of Martinez? No, I live...
But you still know your way around.
Yes, I know where some things are.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me?
He thinks you're stupid, sire.
I knew it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency, whatever part of the world you're in right now.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130... What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become... If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomb.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? Officer, you really need to take this up with your station.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great house.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it. Believe.
Have you tried
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affair.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I'm not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my... What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word. They didn't identify themselves in any way. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto, that's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are.
That's right. No, it's not a particularly. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was... Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful, blonde, 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Actually, it does have to be murder.
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a you don't know. I assumed you were in better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, later. Was there... You mean like a brief? There's no reason to... 3 days ago, the RCM during that, a security... They didn't identify them. There's a strong prejudice. Okay, well, we are police officers. It is our job to find a killer. So that's what I intend to do. Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, that's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father, it's a part of the world of it.
Seol is a protectionist. Isolation.
I can see you're disappointed. You are right. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hand. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces. We all have our. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation. Please do.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a... Is it not? You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Cop habit. This isn't case-related. Hard to say. Your cop habit. This isn't case-related. You think. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the This button looks new.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
You ring the doorbell, but an off-key
Kudos, please stop calling here. Grown up. Oh, I'm sorry, but the doorbell is broken and the bookstore shouldn't even...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly...
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the... The kid is obviously high.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah, right!
Shits himself.
The rake, you should...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. Shitload pig. What?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the... Kuno's...
He's trying...
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when... You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. I don't know. Mesk or I don't know. So...
There is no night city anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some...
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You wanna know where Kuno was?
Don't tell him that, Kuno!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City.
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work.
You're
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno... Yeah, whatever. Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target.
Kuno can't believe this, pig! Kuno thought you had this!
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
Yeah, you...
Oh God, do something quick. They're gonna start that again.
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you again.
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face of you seem to be... A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears still.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from... Too late. It's impossible to keep in until a pool of vomit lies under your feet.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use... There is frit nearby. There's a greenhouse here.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Any heavy worker's boots would read. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled. 1. Standard work. 2. 3. Hobnailed. 4. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved. 5. Another stand. 6. An aberration. Impossible to tell. Could all... You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything... 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. But the imprints are twice. 8. And yet another standard work boot.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker, carrying a similarly...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight.
Possibly, yes. A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner. No, it's not. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See what... A week, maybe?
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal...
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his...
Indeed. They all stood in a row. An inconspicuous pile of the roof. It's nothing. Someone just left some. It's nothing. It's nothing. Someone just left some. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Be still, my beating heart. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
No. I'm just a regular... Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade. See that ladder there? It's probably... Yeah, what do you want to know? Good.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have you could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous... Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What are we doing? We're off, or it could be that we are just exploring. The cloak? I do think it's your... Well, it doesn't...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Nope, no. That's still too high. You could have died there. Shit.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
This trash container is locked. The body is downwind from here. Maybe
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably...
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you...
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the...
I thought as much.
Well, yeah...
it seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Krasmazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash...
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a lead. He killed himself.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer.
What for? Mazov?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union. They come here in the evening.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of... You're not. You're a menace. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed and... What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later. This trash container with a well-oiled, don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for...
You see milk and egg rest. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal among the threadbare kitchen has the legs of the slum.
The victim's clothes? Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches you. A drab, long-sleeved shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or...
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See?
The fuck's...
See? Not really. All we know is...
The lieutenant nods. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist dip only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
You've acquired an
It's just organic waste. What's this? A blue piece of plastic. Something larger. A clipboard.
Officer, is that your... Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM's tree. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? What are you talking about? Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. I see, yes. You are what we call a...
Wow, went off script there. Get in your...
Tell me, see... Ah, yes, and it would also be appropriate to...
Some items, such as the ledger you...
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go. I'm going away.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from... Oh, I come from the woods.
Don't be... Look, see? It's the...
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Fucking what, pig? Yeah, how are we gonna make it?
A material offering is implied.
Please, don't waste...
Don't listen to the blind fuck, piggo. You're doing the right thing here. You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs, or cigarettes, or some wheels. Kuno could use...
Please, don't...
Don't listen to the blind... You can pay tribute...
What are you doing? No, you really don't.
You don't fucking matter, book.
But why? You're turning this into a huge thing. You're totally unraveling, officer. Yes?
It's just a racist mug. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Understood. It's just, but, it will... It's just, but... It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and... There's a piece of toilet paper. Or it's a metaphor. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it still wet. The toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, but the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker.
What? Yes, it depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, it depends. Aside from any capable light with all RCM vehicles have had lights designed to
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight. Once in a while, there's a work, strife, poverty, the jamrock. It's the middle of March. You have attempted to...
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're... It's okay.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers, yes. A title, one might say even. One that, yes, all caps. Others appear more light-hearted. It's going to take an effort to piece the...
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one... the man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. He is not really saying anything, just standing there.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand, uncannily interview that it's not exactly poetry, but poetry would a satisfying slash sounds across things to be done and things.
No, actually. Any ideas? Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate irony. They're not going to get it. The Furies. Yes, well, could you make it less poetic?
Yes. You know what that normal name is.
Okay. It's a good... something more Great! That's great! That's actually... I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man.
You don't exactly close them. So much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. Yes, you can piece them together. Why, yeah, every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And it takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. There he still is. Look. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
The RCM in Martinez. We don't see a lot, of course. Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. Of course. Where to? What do you mean? Yes, sir.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Of course.
Before you stands a motor. Vapor emanates. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
All right. Ready? I turn.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The lights unfold with a little click.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote one.
The frequency tableau, the soft purr of...
This is Precinct 50.
Hello, Alice.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your state? 10-18, state your message.
But you said...
10-9, over. 10-4, message received.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not defend yourself. Immediately, they're laughing at you.
He says this.
Oh, goddammit.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is...
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to...
Of course it...
Satellite Officer Vicmar... 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make...
Fuck me. Matt.
What's going on?
Super cop here.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn
He asked you to please...
Why did he...
Sergeant Orson was wondering...
You don't have a comeback. Sorry.
He's not replying. He asked...
Why?
Sergeant Orson...
You don't...
He's not replying. 10-9, come...
New heights even for Captain So...
Ask him. Sergeant Orson wants...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know what... No.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets...
He says he didn't...
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over. He says he doesn't have...
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nurbeins. Oh, I can't.
I'm not going to
Ask.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your G. That's a negative.
What's he say?
He,
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles. Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims he says he's...
Okay.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun.
Satellite Officer 10-4, affirmative. Officer...
Oh.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. 10-4,
What does he...
He's asking... I don't...
Don't give that ass...
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. He says he is... Request denied, sir. Over. He says...
Well...
Vicmar said...
What did he say?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your...
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
He terminated the connection. I guess he was in a hurry.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Fuck me? Please leave the rage.
Nothing you can... Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous...